Hi, welcome to Lachlan Likes a Thing, a show where I take a thing and see whether or not I like it. Now the thing we're going to be looking at in this video is the Audio-Technica ATH-M50 studio headphones. Now the M50s are a community favorite. They're a really commonly recommended headphone on Headphone, which is the audio and headphone enthusiast forum. And the M50s were actually the first set of full-size headphones that I ever bought soon after I joined Headphone. Now there's a number of reasons why the M50s are so popular. That's because they offer a good reference level for neutral sound quality that you can get and good build quality that you can get for around its price point. That said, for a number of years I've owned the M50s now, and I think that there are a number of things they do really well and a number of things that they don't do so well. So starting off with the build of the headphone, the M50 is a professional studio monitoring headphone, so it's designed to last a long time and to be used for production houses and recording studios. So what you get is a really chunky, durable design, really well thought out. You get a sturdy headband mechanism that is very easily adjustable, and it folds up really easily into this nice little compact shape, which is really cool. The whole build is made out of plastic, but it feels really solid and reassuring. You get this 3-meter cable in this version. This is the straight cable version, and a metal plug at the end. There's also a coiled cable version that you can get with about a 1.2-meter cable. There's a couple of things to note about the M50's design. Out of the box, clamping pressure is quite high on the M50. So what that means is that if you wear it for an extended period of time, especially if you have glasses, it can get a bit uncomfortable after a while. The other issue with the M50's design is that the clamping force combined with the synthetic material used for the ear pads is not particularly breathable. So you find that in hot weather they can get a bit stuffy. The other thing about the M50's design is that a lot of people recommend these or look at these as portable headphones, and I personally don't think that they work very well as portable headphones. One thing is because they're actually quite physically large as headphones, and you know, they can look like you just stepped out onto the street from the recording studio. That said, a lot of people walk around nowadays with big headphones on their head, so I suppose that's not such a bad thing. The other thing I find is that with a 3-meter cable, it can be quite awkward to use in a portable situation. Even if you tie it up with a rubber band, you still have a length of cable hanging out of your pocket. You can get the coiled cable version, but I find with coiled cables, because they're coiled and quite dense, they're quite heavy and they actually pull on one side of the head. So they're not the most comfortable type of cable to be using for a portable headphone. The last issue with portable use of the M50s is that the headphone jack is so chunky and big that it can be difficult and awkward to use with portable players in your pocket, especially because when you're standing up or sitting down, the length of the jack and the spring that forms part of the strain relief can get a bit awkward. In terms of sound, the M50s are a meaty sounding headphone. They're a bit on the warmer side of neutral. They have a chunky, visceral bass response, but they also have a bit of a peak in the treble, which is a characteristic of a lot of Audio-Technica cans. It means that female vocals especially stand up quite nicely on the M50s, but it also means that sometimes on badly recorded music or at higher volumes, they can sound a little aggressive. So again, if you're using this as a portable headphone, when you turn up the volume, it may not be so great for your ears. The other thing about the M50s is that the Soundstage, while it's quite well defined, can sound a little congested and closed in. The bass can sound woolly at times because there is a bit of a mid-bass hump, and overall it's not the most open sounding of headphones. But for the price, the audio quality out of the M50s is again really good, a really good reference level. Now, I find that with the M50s, because they're so popular and they're so commonly recommended, you often find people comparing them or trying to compare them with all kinds of headphones that are in completely different categories that are really inappropriate comparisons. So, you know, people might be asking, should I get these or some pair of open-backed headphones or a much more portable set like the Sennheiser HD25s. I think that the M50s are really great headphones for the price, but they aren't necessarily great all-rounder headphones. And I think that in terms of portable headphones, you can get headphones like the Sennheiser Momentum, the Sony MDR1R, or the Logitech UE6000 that offer a much more practical and easy to live with package, even for home and portable use. That said, the M50s will always have a special place in my heart because they were the first set of full-sized quality headphones that I ever bought, and they're especially good considering that they are so popular on HeadFi that if you start off with your journey of getting headphones with the M50s, it's very easy to make comparisons with other people on what something else might sound like. So they're really invaluable as a reference level headphone. Anyway, thanks for watching this video. I hope you've enjoyed it. Thanks to everyone who's liked and subscribed to my channel, and happy listening.